This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck. So as you know, Tuesday means it's Type 2 or Standard Tuesday, and lately, our Standard Tuesday decks, they've been fine, but Standard hasn't had that many just super crazy decks. But this week, everything changed. This is probably the craziest list I have seen in Standard. Definitely says Rivals of Ixalan, maybe for like, I don't know, back to New Perspectives when Amonkhet came out. This list is ridiculous. We're calling this one Arcane Adaptation. Comes to us from Yuka Kazami, who took it to a 5-0 finish in a competitive league on Magic Online. So this is not the classic, got a top 8 in a 7-player IQ or a small Japanese tournament. Competitive leagues are pretty competitive, so it's actually a pretty legit finish for this deck. So a quick reminder before we break down the beauty that is Arcane Adaptation for Standard. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Arcane Unesh is built around Unesh Criosphinx Sovereign, a card that you might have forgotten was in Standard because I don't think anyone has played it. So 6 mana 4/4 Sphinx, make sure Sphinx costs 2 less to cast, and whenever a Sphinx, another Sphinx, or Unesh enters the battlefield under your control, you get a mini Fact or Fiction. You reveal the top 4, your opponent separates them into piles, you get 1, the other one goes to your graveyard. So Unesh is a powerful card, generates card advantage, a double cost reduction for your Sphinx. The problem is, there's not that many Sphinxes in Standard. Like, if you're gonna play Sphinx Tribal, you got a major drawback, and that's that there's just not other good Sphinx to play with Unesh. However, we have an answer to that problem. Instead of playing bad Sphinxes, we're playing Arcane Adaptation. So Arcane Adaptation, really simple. When it enters a battlefield, you choose a creature type. All your creatures are that type. Doesn't matter if they're in your library, your hand, your graveyard, your battlefield, wherever they happen to be, they are that type. So the idea of this deck is we play Arcane Adaptation, we name Sphinx, and then suddenly, if we can get Unesh out, all of our creatures cost 2 less to cast, and all of our creatures come with that mini 4-card Fact or Fiction attached to them. That is a lot of power when we get the combo going. So what are we looking to do with these Sphinxes? Well, first off, we make them bigger by naming Sphinx with Metallic Mimic. So Metallic Mimic normally shows up in tribal decks because you gotta name a creature type, it's like a lord for that creature type, but we solve the Metallic Mimic problem as well. We just name Sphinx, and then we make everything Sphinx, so no matter what creature we play, it's coming in with a +1/+1 counter thanks to Metallic Mimic. And then we have Weaponcraft Enthusiast and Marionette Master, and these cards are absolutely insane with the Unesh Arcane Adaptation combo. So if we have the combo out, Weaponcraft Enthusiast costs 1 mana, because it's a Sphinx, 2 less to cast. When it comes into play, it's going to fabricate 2, we make 2 servos, maybe everything's getting bigger because of Metallic Mimic, but that is 3 mini Fact or Fictions. Reveal the top 12 cards, of course it's split up into 3 different piles, but essentially we're revealing 12 cards and getting probably like 6 of them in our hand, a good number of card advantage. That's for 3 mana, and then Marionette Master is not only a finisher, but we'll talk about that later, but it's the same deal. It's going to be 4 mana if we have our combo out. It's going to make 3 servos, 16 cards deep. We get 4 mini 4-card Fact or Fictions for 4 mana. It is ridiculously, insanely powerful, just so much value. Walking Ballista can be played for free if we have a Unesh out with our Arcane Adaptation, just a Fact or Fiction for 0 mana, or we can with more counters, thanks to Unesh making it a little bit cheaper. So another like pseudo finisher. The Scarab God, it is a Sphinx technically, but this is mostly just a good value card. We're not really comboing with it. I guess the upside of it with Unesh is we can mill over cards with the Fact or Fiction ability to stock our graveyard, and then instead of casting our Marionette Master, we get them back with our Scarab God, etc, etc, etc. We also have just a bunch of artifacty stuff. So treasure map, Tezzeret, renegade map, fixing our mana, generating card advantage, also providing us fuel to eventually close out the game with Marionette Master. So the end game here, apart from just beating down with our Sphinxes, is going to be reanimating with a Scarab God or just casting a Marionette Master, sacking a bunch of treasures or Ethereum cells or renegade maps, draining our opponent out of the game directly. As far as removal, Fatal Push Froskas can have pretty simple standard removal stuff. Metallic Rebuke takes advantage of the fact we put a bunch of artifacts on the battlefield. Mana Base, Spire of Industry just helps fix our mana. Same with Ether Hub. Don't really have energy production, so it's kind of a one-shot fixer, but still technically a 4-color deck, counting a single red card in our sideboard. Field of Ruin and Scavenger Grounds, just some utility lands, a bunch of dual lands, and some basic lands. In the sideboard, a bunch more removal, Golden Demise, Bantu's Last Reckoning for Ras, Vraska's Contempt for Planeswalkers primarily, also Scarab Gods, Hazarets, Chandra's Defeat for Ramanant Bread or Ramanant Breadless Ramanant Bread, some counter spells, Contraband Kingpin, really good against aggro, just gaining life, a huge blocker against Ramanant Bread, and then Duress to pick apart control decks, Naturalize, kind of all-purpose artifact and enchantment destruction. And that is Arcane Unesh for Standard, and that's our Type 2 or Standard Tuesday Instant Deck Tech for this week. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.